Many people in Washington love to throw around the phrase, government should not be picking winners and losers. Yet all too often, those same people ignore both history and current reality. Many of the previous questions have highlighted 100 years of taxpayer support for petroleum, a near 40-year-old federal petroleum mandate, and we didn't get into other federal benefits from military protection of oil tankers to the use of eminent domain when constructing private oil pipelines. Similarly, there have been more recent attempts to spur competition in the fuel marketplace through policies like the RFS. So let's end on this question. As someone running to serve on the highest policy-setting panel in the land, what would your vision be of a true, fair, level playing field for fuels in America? Mr. Clovis, you may go first.
Thank you for asking that question. Tax reform is at the very height of this, and this has to become one of the most important issues. I know that Mark talked about this earlier. I think I was hoping I'd get a chance to address this. My view and what I put on my website is that corporate tax reform, we need to go from where we are now, 39% corporate tax rate, with all the exceptions and everything else, to eliminating most of those exceptions and lowering the tax rate to 10%. That makes us the most competitive tax market in the world, and that will bring back jobs from overseas. It will help spur job creation here. It will create a certitude for our business and climate. And having been in business myself, I know that's one of the things that I worry the most about is risk and uncertainty. And so I think reforming the tax code is a very important aspect of this and this whole issue. The other is to start to take a look at a comprehensive national energy policy that we would want to involve ourselves in and embrace. This means that if we become energy independent in this country and we use all of the above, and I mean that all of the above, not just everything above ground, but everything, all the above, and we start to take a look at how that fits into our overall national strategy, how that changes the gross domestic product, how that changes job growth in this country, how that changes the international political landscape that we have, knowing where our markets are and where we ought to be able to sell our fuel. We become a net exporter of all of the energy aspects that we have. We then be able to start to retire some of the things that cause environmental concerns for us, and we start to enhance those things that allow us, as a conservative and a conservationist, allow us the opportunity to create a cleaner environment for this country. All of those things have to be part and parcel of that, and that includes all of our biofuels and everything else that's included in that whole panoply of things that we have to look at. So what are some of the other aspects that we need to look at? We have an energy policy, we have that tax reform, we have that. What other things should we be looking for here to make sure that we are advancing our economy in the right direction? One is to get away from this notion of winners and losers, and we do that by going out here and making sure that we do not have monopolies in place. We're seeing this with the Affordable Care Act. I didn't think we'd ever be able to bring that up in the IRFA thing, but I think it goes right to the heart of what's going on in this country. Is this massive concentration of industry, and what's happening? Consumer choices are declining, and our care is getting worse. We have the same thing in energy today. Our choices are declining, and our access to clean energy is getting worse. We need to reverse that, and I'll support that if I'm elected to the United States Senate.
Thank you, Mr. Clovis. Mr. Jacobs, what is your view of a level playing field for fuels in America?
Well, I think in the long run, we absolutely need to have a level playing field. But make no mistake, this is a big oil sandbox, and this is a fight for our fair share to participate in that sandbox. And we're going to have to do that because they are very well financed. They're backed up by armies and armies of lobbyists in Washington, D.C. And we're going to need people there, representatives in Washington, who are knowledgeable about the energy industry, who are able to separate fact from some of the misinformation that is often provided to our regulators and our elected leaders there. And this is incredibly important. And again, this isn't just about ethanol. This isn't just about renewable fuels. While that's important here, this is about the future of America. This is about creating a better country with better job opportunities for our people and having reliable, affordable energy that's produced in an environmentally responsible manner is absolutely one of the things that we must do to create better job opportunities for people in this country. Growth in the renewables industry here, it helps create a lot of new jobs. I was toured Golden Ring in Mason City yesterday. 48 people are employed there. But you know what struck me? We had to wait to get in the plant because there was a line of trucks bringing corn in. 200 trucks a day delivered to that facility. A little over 100 million gallon per year ethanol plant. So just think about all the jobs and all the opportunities. And that's also important because, as I mentioned, that the growth in our energy resources here in North America help keep energy prices low for everybody. And that's important because low energy prices in America help drive economic growth in other sectors. So we are all, whether we're directly involved in the energy industry or not, we are all tied to energy industry. And that's just a policy that makes a tremendous amount of sense. So hopefully you've taken from my comments today, I am an unabashed supporter of the great work that you people are doing. What has been done here is one of the great success stories in American business. To think that this industry, all that's been accomplished here has been accomplished in the last 15 years is incredible. You have much to be proud of. But you know what? There's a lot of work still to be done. America's farmers here have done a great job. They've shown that they can feed the world, and we need their help to help fuel our cars and our vehicles as well.